Hello, welcome to TPS. This is Sadie. Today is Crystals 101. We're going to talk about some of the major crystals that people use in their life to help them with cards, to read tarot cards, with illnesses, etc. And these are just the main ones that people need to get started if you want to be part of the crystal, if you want to be part of crystal usage. So what we're going to do is go around the table and I'm going to tell you guys about the different ones and the properties and why you may or may not want to use this for tarot. So the very first crystal that people start with is crystal quartz, rock quartz. It can come in a druzy form, like here inside this geode. It can come in a lithium form. It can come in a rutile form, which means there's little gold crystals inside. Or it can just come like this. It can come smoky. It can come pink, which is rose quartz, which is for love. And what quartz does is it amplifies the crystals around it. It amplifies any kind of power that you may have. And it amplifies the properties of the other crystals. So, and this is Lemurian quartz from the Pacific Ocean. So all of these, if you want to purify something that you're doing, amplify it, or keep it stable using the quartz clock within, you can do that. And I think a lot of times people see quartz and they think it's boring, but having at least one piece is very important. You can wear it or you can put it on yourself. You can keep it near you, but as long as it's in your house, it's still kind of doing its job. The closer you are to crystals, the more powerful they work for you. And every now and again, especially with something like moldavite, which is a tektite, which means it comes from space. It's a mineral in space that hits down here and then makes the neat green glass moldavite. If you put it with quartz, because it is so charged, and you add quartz to it, you can get a lot of power from that, and that could be good or bad. So the second thing people use is selenite, which is a gypsum, and is found, quartz and selenite are found readily in Kentucky. You can get them. And it comes in this rose form, desert rose form. It comes in the peach variety. And it comes in regular white. So what selenite does is it protects and purifies. It makes sure that what's around you is correct, that it's giving you the right things, that it's protecting you from any anomalies of energy that are coming towards you, and it makes sure that you stay on an even keel if you're prone not to. Okay, the next thing is hematite, which is used for almost the same thing as selenite. It is heavy and magnetic, and you can make it against itself or for itself, the polarity. You can also, there's also rainbow. Now, labradorite is my favorite. It's one that people use all the time for reading, and it's known to have properties of magic and the forest and the northern lights. It's known to have the power of the northern countries in general, and it is dark energy that has light within it, like going through it, kind of like a dappled effect, like as if the light was going through a tree. So when you use this, it helps amplify any powers that you might have for good. And it also brings out the shadow side of it to make sure that you're balanced when you're working. It doesn't mean it's bringing shadow to the fore or anything like that. It isn't making it more powerful. It's just kind of diffusing it through the magic to make sure that you can see all angles that are coming at you or that you're putting out. Apophyllite is a very, very, very strong crystal that protects a room. So you would put it at the corners of a room, or you would keep it on you. And this is a repellent. It makes sure that negative, bad stuff can't come in the room. And it also makes sure that you are purified. Now, Amazonite and aventurine, for that matter, is for the heart chakra. It helps you have better love for everyone around you and yourself. It helps you communicate. And it also helps connect you to the jungle, to South America, and to shamanistic purposes. Hagstones are stones that are natural stones that have water running through them, and they make a hole all the way through. And this has been known in every single culture since the beginning of time as being a portal or something of magic that you can use as a witch. It's very grounding, feminine, lunar, and can give you more confidence in what you're doing. It can help you be part of the witches that came before you. You can call on them when you're doing anything if you have these stones. And if you wear one out, the energy of witch will follow you. You can put it out anywhere. People will come to you or repel you based on this. Or not be interested in you based on this. There's tons of these in Kentucky. If you find one, it is good luck. You can wear it around your neck, but it is totally not needed. This is lepidolite. It's a form of mica that is purple, and it has lithium in it. Just like lithium quartz, it helps prevent imbalance. It helps to clear and purify your thoughts to make sure that when you're doing something emotional in a spell, you won't get overboard. You won't go and make a weird decision out of a mania or something. And then, of course, this is amethyst, probably the most known besides quartz. It is a spiritual stone. It has all kinds of properties, but the biggest property is to present you with the help of the other world when you're doing something. It will give you, it isn't power of witch or sorcerer per se, anything like that. It's more the earth's way of beautifying and perfecting feminine strength. It has other properties too, but that's what I use it mostly for. And obsidian is probably my favorite stone at least at this juncture. There's snowflake, rainbow, regular, silver sheen, gold sheen, and a few others. It's totally just for protection. I use it as for strength too. I don't have to carry it if I don't want to. If it's in the room, it's fine. You can carry a little stone with you, but I find the more you have, the better it is. It isn't like lavender where its power seems like it's from the whole entire earth when it's coming towards you. This comes from itself, the power does. And it's very hard to get enough of it sometimes. You need to actually buy more. This is one of those where it actually makes sense to buy as much as you can, if you think of it like I do. And then black tourmaline is also protection, but it is like amethyst, where it comes through the earth, the power does, and so you don't have to worry about getting a ton of it. You can see this is just from Kentucky. It grows inside of other rocks, but this is what it looks like when it's raw, and when it's pressed, it looks like this. So you can find these in Kentucky as well. Very powerful protection. And fuchsite I use for creativity whenever I'm doing an art project or something like that. But the thing about it is, it helps you have good relationships between people, but it will also disrupt a relationship if it thinks that you are not right for that person or that person isn't right for you. It will actually cause discord. So that's something. But it can also bring closer together. And just like rose quartz, it can bring you more love. And then last but not least, we have citrine, which is for good luck, energy, solar plexus, solar everything, and getting money. It also gets its power from the earth and is very grounding, but also extremely energized. And I forgot carnelian. This is for the root chakra and kind of the solar plexus chakra. It's kind of like dragon energy, blood energy, sex energy, things that you might need to help gird yourself for a battle. It's very masculine, and it sees kind of like the eye of Sauron. It can see what's going on and help you when you're in a fight with someone else. So this is just some of the crystals that people get. This is what I use them for. When you want to put stones with a deck, let's say I have the Dolly deck here. This one has the lovers first off, so that's really cute. So say the Dolly has like tons of energy of purple, because Dolly loves purple. He was obsessed with amethyst and fuchsite. I actually already know that. So I know that if I would pick, I would put these things with him, fuchsite and amethyst. And also because it's creativity, I'd want the fuchsite. But there's another thing too I'll probably need is lepidolite, because he was a very extreme person. And if I'm going to use the deck that he created, I want to make sure that I can correctly balance everything I'm going to do. So that's just a way of using it. You can keep it with it, touching it. That's what I prefer, for it to touch the cards, to be inside the box with it. But if you just put it outside the box, that's also fine. I know if you use Bumblebee Jasper, which is a yellow and black stone, it has cyanide in it, and that can hurt your cards, and it might get in your stomach if you touch your hands and touch your face. So be careful of that. But otherwise, I don't see any problem with having stones touch the cards. I really hope you enjoyed this. I did, because I want you guys to know what's really good for you. But if you want to buy crystals, you can buy them online, of course, anywhere, especially now that Etsy's been around since 2011, but there's so many places you can get crystals. If you decide to get crystals on Wish, you won't be able to tell where they're coming from. Sometimes places use children as labor in mines to get crystals out, so you have to decide if you want to deal with that or not. If you are not knowledgeable of a conflict with the crystal, it won't hurt It won't do anything against you or be negative, but if you do know when you use it, it will cause thought confusion, and you do not want to deal with that. If you want to buy crystals here in Lexington, I would send you to White Willow. White Willow Emporium, actually. It's on Old Vine Street downtown, and it has tons and tons and tons of crystals, all of really good quality. And I think that they can tell you where most of them come from. So that's really cool. In Mount Sterling, there's a shop called Miss Nola's Crystal Emporium, and Cami, she's in charge there. She knows everything about crystals, and she also sells a lot and knows where they come from. And then in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, there's a shop called AUM, Antiques, Uniques, and Metaphysics. And Pam there has lots and lots and lots of antique crystals. So that's really cool. So if you guys want any more help about finding them, ask me. And if you want to know more, go ahead and ask. I know that some of these are going to be a little bit weird, the way that I use the crystals, but I'm a believer in the crystals will tell you somehow how to use them, and everybody's going to be slightly different. So enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you next time.